Hi ladies! So this tutorial has been a long time coming and I apologize to those that have been waiting so long for it. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I am an eyeglass wearer. I cannot drive without these bad boys. I cannot see very far without them, and so when I'm doing close-up work or anything like that, I usually don't wear them. Other than that, I always have them on. Can't go to the movies without them, can't go to church without them, can't go lots of places without them. I need to wear them. And someone asked about a tutorial for eyeglass wearers. Now, believe it or not, there really isn't that much of a difference for technique, but there are a few things that are pretty important that you can do. Just looking at my eyeglasses right now, you see that they kind of frame my face. If I take it off, it's more apparent that I'm not wearing makeup. I really like to wear my glasses when I really am running out the door. I don't obviously have to wear them when I'm driving, but I'll keep them on when I'm in the store because they frame out my face a little bit better. It makes it look more polished and like I'm actually, you know, wearing mascara or liner, just solely based on the fact that they're a darker frame and they just kind of look put together. However, a couple things with eyeglasses, they tend, wherever they kind of come on your face, they tend to create shadow underneath your eyes, and that's why my first tip for eyeglass wearers is to really focus on their concealer. Not only the concealer, but a brightener as well. That way, whatever is added as far as your glasses are concerned, shadow-wise, will not look like shadow. The first thing that I would use is a brightener, and this also depuffs the underneath of your eyes. If you suffer from really bad puffy eyes, something that I have in my kit is, oddly enough, Preparation H. If you're gonna have your wedding, especially the night before, and you have puffy eyes, just dab a little bit of this on in the evening time and then put a little tiny bit on in the day, and it's an anti-inflammatory. It will completely depuff your eyes. For constant use, however, I would recommend this one, and it's from Origins. It's called Ginseng. And then follow that up with your concealer underneath, something that's formulated for your eyes. The Revlon Color Stay is a really, really good one. Just find your color and put that on, or you can use the MAC Colors Select Moisture Cover. You can use that one. And then use something with a pink tint to it. This is Powder Flash from Benefit, just with the 224 brush or whatever, and just put that on underneath your eyes and it will brighten them without giving you the raccoon eyes, of course. That is my first tip, especially for contact lens wearers. You don't want to have a lot of fallout in your eyes, and that can happen. The cheaper the makeup, the more fallout you're going to have. So I would definitely recommend using a primer. A primer will make it so your eyeshadow doesn't fall out as much. Oddly, I've noticed a lot of fallout with the Naked palette, but it's still such an amazing essential palette that I still recommend it to everyone. I would just definitely use the primer potion first, put this on, and use a patting motion, and I'll show that to you in just a second. I would try, unless you're going for a nighttime look, I would stay away from extremely bold colors, because as soon as you put on something bold and then you put this on, it's tacky. It completely takes away from the look that you're wanting to have, and it's almost too cluttered, almost too accessorized, if you will. It's just too much. So I would try to stay away from super, super bold colors, but if you are going to do that, I would definitely look into wearing contact lenses for that evening. Another tip to make your eyes look more open is to use a light pencil. You can use white, but I would more recommend like a nude color, so maybe more of a cream, and put that on the inside of your waterline. A lot of people say not to use that when you're wearing contact lenses, but I've never had a client have a problem with that, really. Obviously, if you have a problem, discontinue doing that, completely omit that step, but that's something that I've done for people that are going to be wearing glasses at a photo shoot. Also, oh, your brows. Your brows are super, super important because they frame your face, yes, but when you put your glasses on, instead of framing your eyes, they mostly frame your frames. Ha ha ha, no pun intended. So always make sure that your eyebrows are either penciled in a little bit, put a little bit of shadow, just make them look very done. You can always use a stencil. I apologize, I'm not seeing them. You can get the little stencils at Sally's, and I think that they'll run you about $5, but you just put them on and put them on like that. So that's definitely a huge recommendation. Just make sure your brows are nice and polished for glasses. Also, I'd probably omit using false lashes. Like I said, if you're going to be doing something that night that's pretty special, false lashes are always the way to go, but mine sometimes tend to poke up against, and so I need to wear mine a little bit like lower instead of right where they're supposed to be. And that's okay with me because I don't wear them enough to have it bother me, but I would omit that step. But your bottom lashes are always more visible when you're wearing glasses, so definitely pay attention as far as your mascara is concerned to really coat those bottom lashes, or you can use lashes on the bottom. As far as mascara is concerned, I'm not a huge fan of waterproof mascara. Obviously, I use that on my brides because they're gonna be crying. Waterproof mascara smudges less and it flakes less, and that just might be good for contacts. Not so much glasses, that's more contacts, but and then also something that I will do is, because this frames my face enough, sometimes I like to just do a very bold red lip. And so instead of playing up my eyes when I'm wearing glasses, I'll play up my lips. I'll play up my cheeks or something like that. Today we're not going to do a bold look as far as the lips are concerned, because you just choose any lip color you want and just do it. You know, we want to focus on our eyes today. So I'm going to start with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. You can start with any primer that you have. Just use a primer. It's a good idea. Now I've already done concealer underneath my eyes, and I've already used that powder flage. I just wanted to focus on the eyes today. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Naked palette right here. And first and foremost, I just love to start out with the actual color Naked, which is this soft brown. It almost has a more of a gray undertone, so it's a cooler tone more so than a warm. And I'm going to take my 217 from MAC and just a little bit above the crease, put this in there. Naked helps with blending a lighter color and just any color that you're using lower than that, but it also helps as a guide. Because it's such a light color, you can blend this and kind of go all over your face with it because it's so light. But the nice thing is it gives you a guide as to where you'd like the darker to be and where you'd like your brow bone to be. It's always a good first step. With that same brush, I'm going to choose a beautiful bronzy color. It's called Smog. It's right there. And you're going to want to tap that off because, like I said, there's quite a bit of fallout with the Naked palette. And we're just going to stay in our outer V right here and just do some circular motions with the 217. Coming onto the lid right here and then pulling it into the crease. Okay, you can still, now this is not considered a super light eye. This is a touch of smoke, so you don't have to stay away from a smoky eye when you're wearing glasses. Just try not to go overboard. Now we've taken the time to frame our eyes with our eyebrows to give it an even more polished look. Let's take our Maxine's mop, or you can use the 239, or the one that I really love, but I just used it yesterday, so it has product on it, is the E55 from Sigma. I love that brush. And I'm going to be using Virgin, which is just a nice cream color right there. And I'm going to use a patting motion. Remember, patting will give you less fallout. Just make sure and tap off your brush first and go right underneath your brow. Because I don't know about your glasses, but with mine aren't large enough to where it covers my whole lid, and so this will really, really, really be seen. And then this will just be an added detail. And then I'm also going to put this on my lid right here to create some light. Okay, you could even go darker than that if you want. You don't need to. I would also recommend, as far as eyeliner is concerned, to keep it not as thick. You already have, I personally have a thicker frame, and so I wouldn't want it to be too super thick. What I am going to do is use a brown pencil, pull the eye just a little bit taut. Doesn't matter about being neat. I'm just going to create an illusion of definition right here. Like that. And then I'm just taking a 239 from MAC and just kind of rubbing that in. I'm going to do a coat of lashes. I use Lash Blast by CoverGirl. Now, I haven't in a long time just done my lashes without putting false lashes on. It's been a while, but we'll see how we do. And remember to coat the bottom lashes. And then, like I said, I don't highly recommend white, but I cannot for the life of me find my cream one. So I'm just going to use white underneath my eyes right now. Okay, and that is what we do with our eyes. And you can use colors that are more suited toward you. You can use taupes, you can use more of the melons, just as long as your crease is a tiny bit darker than everything else. And then, because I'm not playing up my lips or my cheeks, I'm going to use something that's just very, very soft, and this is Desert Rose from MAC. Just gonna smile and get those apples. And then for lips, just to have a put together face, I'm going to use Honey Love from MAC. It's a very neutral color. And there you have it. It's just very, very simple, very, very easy. Your eyes still look polished, it still looks put together, but it's not overly dramatic. But I hope that that helped, and yay, glasses!